let's get going. It looked like you guys did pretty well on most of the homework. Looks like 20 was a struggle for most. Is that the only one you guys need to see, or is there more you'd like to see, Anthony?
15 and 16.
15? All right. Let's do this one first and see if we need to take a look at those ones as well. All right. All right. Did anyone get number 20 on their own? What did you have to do to get that? Because I remember from Friday, we see an angle bisector. And so we did left over right equals left over right. If you're turning your head, remember how we kind of turn our head, to be looking at the angle bisector and the angle is being bisected. So those of you who got it right, how'd you have to do this one? Paige?
For the parts, I did Q over 16 minus Q. Since for 19, they did the same, like somewhat of the same thing.
Yeah.
They subtracted the two.
Good. Do you guys all see what she's saying? If this is Q and the whole thing is 16, isn't this 16 minus Q? You agree, 16 minus Q, right? If I say this room is 30 feet long and I'm standing 16 feet from that wall, what's this part? 30 minus 16. What is it? 14, right? What if I'm standing 20 feet from that wall? What's this part? 10. Aren't you subtracting whole minus the part to get the rest, right? It's the whole thing. 16 minus Q is the other part, right? And that's what you needed to do to get that set up. So then, Paige, did you do, go ahead and give me your setup. Q over?
16 minus 16, and then 36 over 28.
Good. Cross multiply. Don't you love when they use Q's? 28Q equals, be careful, 36 times 16 minus Q. 28Q equals 16. I'm not too early in the morning to do that in my head.
576.
576, thank you. Minus 36Q. And then, did you add 36Q?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
64Q.
Good. And then divide by 64. Q is it 9? Q is 9. I always want to make sure we answer what they asked. I think it just said to find Q. And that's an easy check. I mean, if you put in 9, if Q is 9, then this part, 16 minus 9, should be what's left, right? Everybody good on that? Awesome. And someone else requested 15 or 16. All right. Anthony, which one do you want to do, 15 or 16?
Everyone's harder.
I'd say they're both the same.
All right, then 15.
15. Yeah, it's same concept for both.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, if you get confused, go back to the theorem we learned that and talked about it. It said if 3 or more parallel lines intersect 2 transversals. Okay, so let's check to see if that is satisfied, that part of the hypothesis. If 3 or more parallel lines intersect 2 transversals. So am I told these lines are parallel? No, but can I say they're parallel? Yeah. If corresponding angles are congruent, these lines are parallel. You could go a couple of different ways. There's no such thing as same side for these two lines. There's no such thing as same side exterior, but I bet it wouldn't take too much of a stretch for you guys to agree. If these are going to be parallel, these would be corresponding. They would need to be congruent. And look, the other one's 90, right? If this is 90, that would have needed to be 90 because they're a linear pair. Oh, look, those corresponding angles are congruent. All three all three lines together are parallel. Good so far. All right. Then what? How do we use the theorem? Well, AC over CE equals BD over DF. So when we go to this one, and by the way, if I were to get stuck on homework, this is exactly what I would do. I'll go back to the guided notes of that theorem and see how we set that problem up. Now, it's kind of upside down, doesn't really matter. We're asked to find Vx. So Vx over xz equals UW over WY. So Vx is the unknown over 15 equals 8 over 20. Good from there? Cross multiply, solve. You guys can get it from there. Any other homework questions for me? All right, let's finish up the guided notes. I think was this the next one? I forget where this class left off. Was this the next one that we were gonna do? Awesome. I'd like for you to try to set it up on your own, and then we'll do it together.
No. Seems like
Wait, what 9.8.1?
This is the triangle angle bisector theorem. Did you get? I don't even want to ask if you got the same setup. That doesn't matter as much as are you going to be cross multiplying the same numbers that I am? If so, then you're all good. You all good? Okay. Let's cross multiply. What's another way to think of y over 2? Y divided by 2, or when you divide by something, what are you finding? Half of it, right? Isn't that a half of y? Isn't that half y? 1/2 y?
Mm-hmm.
What's 8 times 1/2 y? You all agree it's 4y. If fractions really creep you out, you could call it 0.5y if you really wanted to. 0.5y times 8. You get 4y. And then I'm going to go ahead and make sure we set this one up with parentheses to be careful. That's probably the biggest mistake I see is when you have to multiply by a binomial, people forget to put parentheses and distribute. So 4y equals 4.5y minus, what's double 4.5? 9. We're going to subtract 4.5y from both sides. What's 4y minus 4.5y? Negative 0.5y equals negative 9. We don't need a calculator for that one. It's Mental Math Mondays. I just made that up. That's not really a thing. How many halves go into 9? How many halves go into 9? 18, right? Ready? Into 1. 2 halves go into 1. 4 halves go into 2. You see the pattern? Obviously. 18 halves. So we have y equals 18. Let's see what they asked us though. They asked us to find AC and DC. Anybody AC/DC fans? Okay, I knew Jackson's. I decided to ask it. I didn't want to be like
The only one.
presumptive there. Okay, help me out. I'm not a huge AC/DC fan. I need a joke for sixth period. Okay.
About ACD.
Well, is it Welcome to the Jungle?
No, that's Guns N' Roses.
Oh shoot! See, that would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, like Back,
How about Back in Black? Yeah, Back in Black.
Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck.
Yeah, Thunderstruck's a pretty good one.
Okay. So I could say like, are you guys thunderstruck by this problem?
That sounds great.
Just wouldn't work. Work on Jackson. That's something for you to work on. Don't worry about the rest of the period. What I'm teaching, just think about a good joke. Okay? It is a good song. I could just never keep all those bands straight. I know the song, but I don't know like which one goes to which. Like all those songs. Like I can't keep them straight. All right. AC is 18 minus 2. DC. What do you guys think for DC?
9.
I heard it.
9.
9. The display glitched out on me and it like jumped up. It's 16. I just wanted to like. I was kind of being lazy. That's for you, Ryan. That one goes out to you. All right, and a few for you guys to wrap up with. Just to refresh from Friday.
I know. No, it's 16.
Go ahead, quickly. I forget. We had some guided notes. Let's take a look. Liv. Can I call you Liv? Olivia? Wait, hold on, Olivia. I was looking at your guided notes. Olivia, you asked me a question. I'm going to help you. That's what good teachers do. Here, Olivia. Olivia.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this. We're going to determine if the lines are parallel. Okay? So we're going to see if that over that.
Did you get the bottom?
It's like
Remember that?
something more.
I determined that first. Speak clearly. Okay.
Why are you looking?
Sorry.
You idiot.
Sure.
Do what?
So
I'm trying to figure out this problem. I was looking.
What? You get this and what? Oh, yeah.
You're trying to find if they're parallel. There has to be direct correlation.
What is this?
He's setting them equal to each other. I'm not cross still working on it. I should be able to. I didn't cross multiple.
Actually, I don't feel tired, but like I know I am. That's 18, you know what I mean?
No. You have to simplify it so it's going to be 9 over 5. You're trying to find that they're parallel, not that they're equal.
No, it's 9 over 5. The other one, 5.
If you had to put 90 over 50 in your calculator, smack your own hand.
Oh my god.
Why are you still setting them equal to each other? 5 equals 9 over 5. I'm just writing that down.
All right, quick little check on part A. Part A, if you're going to determine, look, there's no unknowns here. There are no missing segments. All you have to do is verify that they're parallel. Well, the proportionality theorem says if 90 over 50 equals 72 over 40, then the lines must have been parallel. I get 9/5 for both ratios. If you put decimals, correct it, please. We want these as ratios. Ratios. Fractions. How many of you have attempted letter B? Who still needs more time? All right, go ahead and take a minute. Josh, you don't all.
Yeah.
Show up. Josh, do you do anything fun this weekend?
This weekend or like last weekend? Wait, what?
Like yesterday and the day before.
Okay, no, actually, not at all.
Did you rest?
Yeah.
Watching football?
I mean,
Not a big football
not
fan.
like a full game, like a little bit. Like I just looked at it and stuff. Not a full game, like,
Yeah. Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I think I just need help setting it up. Like, I found all of them like parallel, and then.
This is like the easiest stuff other than the algebraic feature.
My brain's working. Right now?
Okay.
That's the one I don't want to It's 40, 40, which is like.
Okay.
Is that 12?
Yeah.
All right, for letter B. Did you get BD equals 12?
Yes.
Awesome.
That was so long to read.
Who needs more time for letter C?
Just a little bit.
All right, so here's, as you're kind of wrapping that up, you will have a little bit of homework for tonight.
Oh, man. That really.
Grinds your gears.
Yeah.
Butters your biscuits. Oh, you guys are
Make some
don't go dirty.
It unbutters the biscuit.
All right. If you didn't set it up the same way I did, double check. Do you get the same cross multiplication steps? If so, you're fine. Because this one you can go left over right equals left over right, or right over left equals right over left, as long as you are consistent. That's the key. Consistency. All right. 24x, if you cross multiply it, if you just multiply by 14, that's a step shorter, but I'll do it the way you guys typically do it. 24x equals, help me out.
672.
Thank you. Divide by 24. What'd you get?
28.
28? 28. Let's see if they asked us anything weird. Find the value of the variable. Find x. We're good. Questions on that? All right, so here's what I did. I trimmed down the homework a bit. And then I'm going to have you guys start the quiz review. Listen, don't even start complaining. I'm giving you 15 minutes in class today. Look at this. Ready? Let's count together. 23, 24, 27, 28. That's almost like 4 problems, okay?
How many quiz review?
And then I say, oh, you guys are whiners. 4 problems. I was even starting to look at these questions for a while.
No, there you go. You only have to finish
All right, here's what I will say. I'd like for you to, I'm giving you 15 minutes of class to start this, okay? I would like for you to have the 4 problems here and the front side of the quiz review, okay? If you would like to do more, if you want to come in tomorrow's going to be how we typically do a quiz review day where we'll give you some time in class to work, but I want to go over these problems in class. And I hate that we typically run short on time that day. So by having the front done, we should have time. And if you have all of it done, then you can ask me questions. You can, while other people are working, and you can get some extra help if you feel like you need that. All right. So the minimum requirement is these 4 problems from the book and the front of the quiz review. For those of you who are on a slight delay, the front is the side where it says name. Okay. And it starts with number 1.
Right?